On today's Smart 7, Elon Musk gets a roasting, Justin Trudeau steps down, and lots more. It's Tuesday, 7th of January, it's National Bobblehead Day, and happy birthday, Lewis Hamilton.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Elon Musk's continued attempts to interfere in British politics came unstuck on Monday. European leaders, including France's President Macron and Norwegian PM Jonas Gahr Store, criticised the world's richest man for intervening in European democratic processes. Musk, who has pinned a poll to the top of his X feed asking if America should free Britain of its tyrannical government, faced a roasting from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible are not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves.
He also criticised Tory politicians for jumping on the bandwagon as lies and misinformation were spread, and pointed out that 2 Tory Home Secretaries failed to act on the recommendations of the 2022 National Inquiry into child sex abuse. Lib Dem leader Ed Davey had also had enough and was suggesting action needs to be taken, particularly as Elon is about to start a new US government job.
Anyone who wants to serve in a foreign government should be very careful. And when it comes to these comments, I think the government should call in the US ambassador.
Keir Starmer's press conference on Monday wasn't intended to focus on Elon Musk and his Tommy Robinson tweets. Instead, it was to announce a new plan to reduce NHS waiting lists and introduce innovation in a bid to resuscitate the public health service. As new figures suggest that none of the 124 NHS trusts are meeting their 18-week waiting list targets, Starmer was announcing a new partnership with private healthcare to provide extra beds and resources for the struggling system.
We need an NHS hungry for innovation. That is the only way to face up to the challenges of the future. And with that hunger, together we can save countless lives.
The PM insists that this isn't a plan to secretly privatise the NHS, and there was new detail too on a planned review of the social care system. Karen Smith is Minister for Health and Social Care, and she says that more questions need to be asked before the system can be fixed.
Social care is the problem at the back end of the hospital, and it's miserable for families, we know that. But as we've been very clear, we need a political consensus around this now.
Monday was January 6th, a date that most of us won't forget, thanks to the events of 2021. That day saw Donald Trump's supporters assault the Capitol building in Washington in a futile attempt to overthrow the election result. The normally orderly process of confirming the Electoral College votes was delayed for over 14 hours, and the Department of Justice is still prosecuting those involved in the events that day. This year's January 6th was a much more straightforward affair, which wrapped up in 30 minutes when defeated presidential candidate Kamala Harris as President of the Senate confirmed her rival's election. Donald Trump will be officially inaugurated on January 20th, and Harris says she is proud to have done her job as required.
Today, I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
2024 saw a huge amount of political turbulence across the globe as elections across the world saw dramatic swings and shifts in the balance of power. Germany is facing a new election this year after its ruling coalition collapsed, and Canada is also due to have an election before October. However, after almost 10 years as the leader of the Liberal Party, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has resigned and won't lead the party into that election. He was the longest-serving leader of the G7, but poor poll numbers and a number of scandals helped to make his mind up. Donald Trump greeted the news by restating his proposal that Canada become the US's 51st state. Trudeau spoke to the media outside Rideau Cottage in Ottawa.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Still to come on the Smart 7. Forest rack up 6 back-to-back wins, and Colin Farrell heads back to the makeup chair right after this. Welcome back. This week sees FA Cup action, Carabao Cup semi-finals, and on Monday night, one Premier League game as Wolves welcome Nottingham Forest. The Carabao Cup semi-finals see Arsenal face Newcastle on Tuesday in their first leg, while Wednesday sees Spurs welcome Liverpool. But back to Monday night as the Premier League's surprise package Nottingham Forest did it again. They chalked up 6 victories in a row with a 3-0 win at Wolves that sees Forest up to 3rd in the table and level on points with Arsenal. Former Wolves head coach Nuno Espirito Santos was a very happy man.
Today again, tough game. I think we started really well in the game, but Wolves reacted. They had chances. Mats was amazing for us today to keep us in the game, and then the desire to go in front and score.
This week sees a new biopic of opera singer Maria Callas hit the cinemas. It's called Maria, and it tells the story of the legendary singer during her final years living in Paris. The script is written by Stephen Knight of Peaky Blinders fame, and the movie is already generating talk of an Oscar for its star Angelina Jolie. She spoke to Times Radio about what she learnt in the process of preparing for the part, which included getting training as an opera singer.
You're an artist, and you go through different things in life, and you wonder if certain parts of you have shut down, or who you are, or what you have inside of you, and if your light's dimmed. And so to push and rediscover things, and what a gift as an artist to be pushed again at this time in my life to do something that terrified me is the greatest gift.
Early Monday morning, our time saw a real return to form for the Golden Globes. The ceremony was packed with star names. Host Nikki Glaser made history as the first solo female presenter and actually made people laugh, unlike last year's host Joe Coy. There was disappointment for some big names, with Daniel Craig and Timothée Chalamet missing out, but there were also wins for Baby Reindeer and star Jessica Gunning. Demi Moore and Zoe Saldana, along with Adrian Brody and Kieran Culkin, picked up the major acting awards and look set for potential Oscar glory. Colin Farrell won for his performance in The Penguin, and the Batman director Matt Reeves had good news on the red carpet for The Dubliner.
Well, we are talking about doing another season. Lauren and Dylan and I and Colin are talking about what we would do, and it's really about coming up with the right idea and also about the timing. We're doing the Batman Part 2, and so how all of that fits together. But we're really excited about doing another season, and we just have to figure out exactly the right idea.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes.